Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You can hear our interview with Gavin Rossdale of Bush on yesterday's podcast at Q101.com and anywhere you get your podcast in anticipation for them performing night 4 of Q101's Twisted Christmas. More on that in a second.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And Wendy in Round Lake needed the Friday song.
I've created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the brag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
Let's go.
Woo!
Wendy in Round Lake. I hope that was
I
good
thought that's
for
what
you.
you were calling me.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I'm Kenzie.
Yeah, I can't remember your birthday. I do know that John has DirecTV, our listener yesterday.
And you know the draft order of the 1984 NBA draft.
Those are the things I know, but I can't remember Kenzie's birthday. That's just
Or
what it
almost anything about me.
or your name.
Yeah.
No, Wendy from Round Lake needed that Friday song. So, Wendy, hope you enjoyed it. Hope all the people of Round Lake enjoyed that Friday song from Eminem. I think it was his birthday this week, right?
Was it?
I think he turned
52.
52.
He looks good.
Yeah, he does.
Eminem looks good.
Yeah. Viking will do that.
I think it's his hard shell outside.
Yeah.
You know, it just preserves the skin.
The soft cookie shell inside.
Yeah, that's what helps it.
All right, let's go. It is Friday, and we cannot wait. A couple seconds away, about 10 minutes actually. We'll say 6:15. I'll give you that code word for a chance to go see Coldplay in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Vegas, baby.
I'm already
Vegas.
getting texts about that, so good.
That's
Couple
gonna,
minutes.
Yeah, about 6:15-ish, so stay
Okay.
here for that.
Cozy on in.
But the biggest news to talk about is the pre-sale of Q101's Twisted Christmas ended last night at 10. We gave you warnings. We told you.
I would say an ample amount.
I think so.
A plethora.
I think you couldn't have missed it.
Yeah. Unless you weren't, paying attention.
Unless you
I
weren't
suppose.
listening. So, night 1, Cage the Elephant, Franz Ferdinand, and Almost Monday sold out in the pre-sale, as well as night 3, the Pumpkins, AWOL Nation, and Bad Flower.
Jeez.
Yes. I mean, now,
I would like to say,
yeah.
our pre-sale isn't some like cute 50 ticket thing. It's a lot of the tickets, like an aggressive amount of our tickets.
Well, because they keep selling, you see.
Yeah, so then you can add to your pre-sale. So,
Yeah.
a lot of tickets are gone. Now, I just want to put that in people's mind. I think some people think, there's probably like a few hundred allowed for pre-sale. That's not the case.
We told you all week, get them now during the pre-sale. Do
Yes,
not
we
wait.
did.
Now, if you did wait, let's say it didn't happen, at 10 a.m., the regular on sale goes for everybody now for Q101's Twisted Christmas. There will be some tickets available for Cage and Pumpkins, those night 1 and 3, but you have to be there right at 10. It's going to be tight.
This is not, I am going to buy them today thing. This is I'm logged in, my fingers are ready, I
Yes.
have a credit card out or an Apple. This is fast fingers time at 10. We're not playing around. There's a couple left.
Sometimes I have fat fingers.
I know.
You can't have that now.
I know, because some of the texts I get don't make any sense.
Oh,
I'm
my
like, you're hitting
goodness.
a couple letters there.
I'm trying to secure those Oasis tickets.
I'm
I
like,
was hitting
set down
wrong
the
buttons.
Baconator. I can't tell what you mean.
Yeah. So now there's also night 2 with the All-American Rejects, a mini festival in its own with All-American Rejects, the main, Andrew McMahon doing a solo performance, and Dexter and the Moon Rocks. So all the tickets sold for all the shows, by the way. But there are some available for that night. And also, of course, we just played Bush with Bishop
Absolutely.
Briggs and Palais Royale. So that is night 4. All the tickets for all the nights are available today at 10 a.m. You can go to Q101.com, get the link to, of course, all the ticket sites. But the general on sale, 10 a.m. today. Do not miss 10 a.m. Do not miss it.
Miss it.
Don't. Isn't that clear?
Hey, look at me.
Oh,
Look
well,
at me.
what?
You look right at me.
I'm looking.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. 10 a.m. And again, just in about 6-7 minutes away, we'll give you that Coldplay keyword for a chance to go to Vegas to see Coldplay.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That's Cage the Elephant. Sold out in the presale for Q101's Twisted Christmas Night 1. Don't worry, there will be some tickets available at 10 a.m. when the general on sale goes on today. 10 a.m. Q101.com. Cage the Elephant with Franz Ferdinand. And that's a show you need to be at 10 a.m. if you want to be there. Make sure you're there. Now it's time for a fact that makes your brain go. 1 in 5 Chicagoans do this, and it's an easy way for them, and I'm not saying all of these 5, the one I should say out of the 5, to have money stolen from you, okay? So, what do you think that is? 1 in 5 Chicagoans are doing this and easily making it for money to be stolen from them.
Okay, so 1 in 5 couples are doing this thing, and it's making it easy to steal from?
Yeah, not couples, but just person, just one person.
I think
Can do that. So 1 in 5 of Chicagoans are doing this. What do you think it is? It makes it very easy for money to get stolen from you. I'm not saying all of them have been stolen, but it's very easy.
Okay, you know what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think it's because this may or may not have happened to me.
I think it did then.
That's all I'm going to say.
Basically
No,
it
I never said that.
This happened to Kenzie.
But say when you take like a video of like your food and the table because it's like so aesthetic, and maybe your credit card's in that video and you didn't realize it.
It's a great answer.
So it's like, now there's a picture of your credit card available.
I've done that.
Right?
Where I posted it and then someone said your credit card's on there. Thank God someone was honest and I got rid of it.
Somebody also noticed my credit card. They just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah,
They
got to be
just
careful.
used it.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Great answer. Case, what do you think?
I think 1 in 5 Chicagoans aren't walking around with chain wallets, and it's making it very easy to steal from them. I don't know if you guys have been downtown lately. A lot of chain wallets. They're back, baby.
Are they?
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't keep up with the wallet stuff, so wow.
God, did I want to have a chain wallet in high school.
Really?
All the burnouts had the chain wallets.
And you want to be like the burnouts.
Yes, I did. And I
But
actually,
your dad was like, absolutely not.
believe it or not, I borrowed a chain wallet from my burnout friend. And I came home with it. My dad said, "What the hell's that?"
What a poser. You're borrowing a chain wallet?
Yeah, I wanted to try it
You
out.
didn't burn out, right?
Yeah. Well,
Try it.
back then, pre-Amazon, you had to go to I'm going to use a phrase here you may not be familiar with, a head shop.
I don't know what a head shop is.
So a head
That
shop.
sounds illegal.
A head shop was
cool.
It was legal, and that they sold bongs and all the marijuana paraphernalia, but except for marijuana. So those were legal. You could go buy all of your whatever, anything weed related. But they would also sell chain wallets there because they knew their audience and they knew someone would buy a chain wallet if they went to buy a bong.
I see.
But would they be allowed to say that it was for marijuana usage, or would they have to say it was like a pottery item?
They'd say it was for tobacco usage.
Oh, interesting.
Because people still could do that, like at hookah bars, they might use different flavors of tobacco
Okay.
Right?
or
yeah.
smoke products. So there's a little lesson for you on head shops.
I remember being really...
Take notes, kids.
I never knew the name of
Hello,
them.
fellow kids.
I obviously never knew the name of them, but I do remember being at those things very young and being like, like blasphemy. Because when you're like 4th grade, you're like, this is horrible.
Who took you into a head shop? Your older brother probably or something?
Probably, yeah.
Your mechanic brother, that tracks.
Well, my other brother, because I have 2 older ones,
Yeah.
also used to do chew while he was underage. And they're both like decently older than me. And they have flavored chew.
Yes.
Yes. So his was like a sour apple. And I'm like, oh, does it actually taste like that? He goes, yeah, it tastes like candy. And he put it in my mouth. I was in 5th grade. And I threw up everywhere.
Because you probably swallowed the flavoring.
Well, I was chewing on it because
Yeah.
it was called chew.
Yup.
And I just, hey, spoiler alert, doesn't really taste very much like green apple. Would have preferred the Skittles. Big bummer.
Now people are asking me to locate some of the head shops like next to Rolling Stones Records.
Oh, yeah.
There was a head shop there, and I can't remember the name of it. But we'll find it in the break when we come back, and we'll give you the fact that took us here, which is 1 in 5 Chicagoans are doing this, and it's causing them very easily to have their money stolen. And that's case because what got us there is case that they're not wearing chain wallets. They
That's
really,
right.
really, chain wallets are back. We'll get to it in 5 minutes. We'll tell you what the answer is.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain go. 1 in 5 Chicagoans do this, and some of them do it every day, and it makes it very easy for your money to get stolen. Now, Kenzie guessed that taking pictures of food and you already have your wallet out to pay and your credit card's on the table and that gets in the picture and people steal. Great answer, because I've done that accidentally.
Oops.
I love taking pictures of food, but that's not right. Case thinks it's the lack of using a chain wallet, which are on the rise, and everybody in Chicago should have a chain wallet now. Oh, that brought back so many memories. I always wanted one. I borrowed one from the burnout that I knew, and my dad didn't let me wear it, and so I couldn't buy. I know I'm a grown-ass man now, and I can do what I want.
You can.
But I still feel my dad's presence that he'd be disappointed in me if I was wearing a chain wallet, and I really want one.
Can I ask real quick what the name of the burnout was that you borrowed your chain wallet from?
Vinny.
Vinny? That's
Vinny.
a classic burnout name.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Vinny's out there.
The only reason I remember that is because his name was Vincent, and he corrected a teacher and said it's Vinny. And the teacher was scared.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, okay.
Terrified.
Okay, Vinny.
This is probably the wrong decade. They're going to get mad at me for this. But I do imagine greaser hair and a white T-shirt with the sleeves rolled a little bit.
Wrong decade. Because you're thinking what a burnout was in my world was.
But Vinny, that's what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay, Vinny. But there was Vinny's in the 90s. This Vinny had a Metallica leather jacket, like embroidered. I think he made it himself because it looked really bad.
Oh, that's too bad.
But he'd wear the jean jacket underneath the leather jacket.
Okay, so more like Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Yeah,
More
okay,
like
I see.
Judd Nelson.
Yes.
More like him in Breakfast
Okay.
Club look.
Not like Grease. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. I'm
No,
just like, this is what
I don't feel bad. No, it's grunge era more. Like grungy.
I see.
Grungy. To give you the visual of Vinny. I don't wonder where Vinny is today.
Probably not in a great spot.
You think he's on Facebook so I can track him down?
I hope will you look during the next song to see if Vinny's on Facebook?
He's Italian, I'm assuming.
It was.
Vinny? So
It was.
I would assume, to quote the Sebastian Maniscalco from Chicago, he's laying a nice cement. Is this a good cementer?
We're going to play Fuel Hemorrhage after we get done with this. I'm going to look him up there and see if Vinny's around.
Good.
What he's doing. Okay, so the fact that makes your brain go, 1 in 5 Chicagoans doing this that's causing their money to possibly get stolen is whenever you pay for something, they're just drawing a line instead of signing their name on a credit card thing, whether it's the digital one now or it's actually a receipt, because I still actually sign some receipts, but people are just drawing a line because they can't even write anymore, and I'm with them. I've forgotten how to write in cursive, and I just kind of scribble a line. But if you do that, it's making it very easy for people that may clone your credit card number to just not have to sign your actual signature because no one signs it anymore exactly like it should, or at least 1 in 5 don't.
I mean, I feel like no matter what, you're not signing it well.
Correct, but if you sign it at least somewhat like you used to sign it perfect, let's say,
Yeah.
then it's hard to clone or copy. But if you're just putting a line in the signature of the name, well, you're not even making it easier, one more step easy for someone to steal your credit card
I
information.
suppose. Especially if you're a parent. Because do you remember copying your dad's signature or mom's signature ever?
I didn't do that.
Okay.
Why were you doing that, Kenzie?
Because not for theft, but like for like say you needed to get a permission slip signed, and you're like, ugh, or like your parent needs to know you behaved bad today. Make sure they sign this. I'm like, okay. I was trying to get the T just right. He has this really big slanted T. I was practicing. You never did that?
No, Kenzie was some shady behavior. I like it.
Ugh.
Naughty. How many times were you getting these slips a week that you had to forge?
Well, there was a couple different things. Cause like my parents made me play the family trumpet. They were too cheap to ever buy a new instrument, and we all had to play an instrument. And my brother picked trumpet, and then the rest of us had to learn the trumpet. I got in trouble for throwing it at a wall once. I hated it so much.
Why
Got
are
it.
we just now learning this about you?
Facts.
I
know, that's-
hated it. We were all required to, like, instruments are super expensive. So my brother Adam got to pick first because he's 10 years older than me, right? And he bought a trumpet. And there was like, it's mandatory for you to learn an instrument. And guess what? We're not buying a different instrument. So every kid after that had to do the trumpet.
Yeah.
The same one. It had dents in it. The mouthpiece would get stuck sometimes.
Ew.
So then I had to carry as if I wasn't getting bullied enough for being a girl in school carrying the trumpet case, imagine when you have to carry it around open because the mouthpiece won't come out so you can get the case to shut.
People bully trumpet ladies?
Oh, it was not a good experience. There was no other trumpet woman in history.
What's the name of a female trumpet player, right?
So
What do you call them?
embarrassing. All the other girls are doing these cute little delicate, like the flute, and I was sitting with a bunch of dudes, like with my trumpet. It sucked.
I didn't know the trumpet was gender specific.
It's not, but when you're in junior high, it is. Like, it was horrible.
Your case is open.
And you stuck open. It was old trumpet. It was just like there was dents all over it. But you had to like practice a certain amount, so you would get it signed off that you had practiced from your parents.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hated that thing.
You forged that thing.
Yes, I'm not practicing. This is stupid trumpet.
All right. Well, listen, keep trying to sign your name best you can because we don't write anymore. But don't just put a line because that's a chance for your stuff to easily get stolen when there's people looking for that kind of thing. Sign your damn name, okay? Try to. I have the worst problem. I can't write at all anymore. But also a text follow-up. We were talking about head shops earlier after Case led us there with the chain wallets. And then someone asked me specifically, Brian, what was the head shop next to Rolling Stone Records? So we have Andrew checking in, and he says it was called Beyond the Limit. That was the head shop. And thank you for that information. He said it was down the street, right down the street from Rolling Stone. My buddy's mom owned it.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Origin story. This is awesome.
Now we got to the bottom of that before we continue the show.
Thank God.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kenzie was just talking about how she forged her parents' signatures on making sure that she practiced the trumpet, if I got that right. Juan checked in from 630. As a 28-year-old, I still forge my parents' signature. I want to know what you're doing with that, Juan.
Yeah, I need more info.
I get it.
And we're going to pour one out now for something I never thought we'd pour one out for. And it kind of relates a little bit to the conversation we're having about chain wallets and head shops. We're pouring one out here. Never thought I'd say this on Q101. We're pouring one out in Illinois for legalized marijuana because revenue from marijuana sales in Illinois were down in September of 2024 for the first time since it became legal almost 5 years ago.
Down month over month, year over year?
Month over month.
Really?
So here's what it was. It's the first year-over-year decline since it began. And September was $136.5 million last month of weed sales. And before that, in September 2023, it was $139.5 million. So it's down about 2.2% year over year. That sounds like a big problem.
For the weed people.
Well, I guess
do you think it's losing its potency, you know, when you do something a lot?
I wonder the problems of obviously inflation. People don't have enough money anymore to do the things they want to do. And when weed became legal here in January, I believe it was 2020, that certainly it boomed up, and every year it's increased to over $1 billion, maybe even sometimes $2 billion a year for the state of Illinois. We have some of the highest taxed legal marijuana in the country, if not the highest tax. That's a problem. I know for a lot of people that partake, I don't, but people that do say that's what the deal is, and they still go and buy it outside of the dispensaries. We now have 230 marijuana dispensaries in Illinois, but the average price is certainly high, and nationwide it's been falling. I don't think it's been falling in Illinois. Now people that buy it, maybe they can let me know on the inside there. I don't know. So yeah, pretty shocking. I'm not saying it's over. I'm not saying legalized weed is over, but it's certainly down 2.2% from last year.
Wow.
Are you smoking enough? What smokers out there? What you be doing?
A lot of people are like, too expensive, too expensive, too expensive.
Yeah.
By the way, Brian, smokers, what you be doing is what an undercover cop would ask. Just so you know.
Fellow kids.
Oh my God. Yeah, somebody said because we're all growing our own.
Hey, that's a good answer. That's really cool to hear.
Good answer.
That's great if you're growing your own.
Organic's so important these days. Farm to table.
Shop local, yeah. Grass fed.
Amen.
Grass-fed grass.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Well, we got to the bottom of it, but keep chiming in on why you do or don't buy as much as you used to. In the meantime, it's Gil Curtis, who does smoke a lot.
This is not headline news. 13,000 cases of Minute Maid lemonade have been recalled because they were mislabeled as having 0 sugar. However, they were properly labeled as containing 0 lemons. Snoop Dogg turns 53 on Sunday. How exciting he's reaching the age he's looked for the past 10 years. A new study says that using a standing desk can lead to circulatory health issues. All right. First they told us you shouldn't sit, now they say you can't stand. Hey, I give up. Where should I adjust the microphone? And a new women's 3-on-3 basketball league is being launched next year. It's expected to struggle unless it features 3 Caitlin Clarks playing against 3 other Caitlin Clarks. This is not headline news.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
We mentioned for the first time ever since weed got legal in Illinois, they went down year to year in September, from September, about 2.2%. And me, as a non-smoker, I've tried it, but I don't partake anymore. It's just not for me. But I appreciate, I'm happy it's legal for people that want to use it for whatever reasons. Now, I asked the smokers, why is it going down? Is it over? Is it inflation? What's the deal? And let's check in with crew member Dakota first on this one. Ahoy, Dakota. Give us your explanation or your thoughts on it.
Hey, good morning. Okay, so I actually ended up canceling my card. I got it like a month after it started to be legalized. And so despite that, I wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. But the problem is...
Because you have the medicinal card, right? That's why you don't pay taxes on that, correct?
Correct, yeah. So you just pay like the baseline of it. Now, the problem is, quite contrary to what Kenzie said, it's actually the potency is too much, okay? You need very, very little for it to actually get the job done for what you want. And that's kind of the problem. It's like you don't need to go back every other week to get something if you are going to be able to make what you got last you at least 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
That tracks with a friend of mine who said, I smoked it back when we used to call it appropriately called skunk weed. That's what we called it back then.
Awesome band, I'm sure.
They play in Riot Fest next year.
Absolutely.
And he told me if I smoked weed today, I'd be in a hospital bed.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I appreciate the heads up, just in case something happens at a Halloween party.
And now he, though, has the tolerance to it a little bit because he's an avid daily smoker. But I was like, okay, I'm going to stay away from it. I know I get a contact hit when just someone's walking in front of me now in Chicago.
When you smell it?
Yeah, just
you
smell
ever
it.
smell it and then be like, oh my God, I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah.
I smelled a little weed there.
And I see someone just walking like they're doing their normal routine. I'm like, damn, how's that guy moving?
That's amazing to me. And we've asked this question before. We've asked listeners like, hey, text in if you smoked before you went to work, and then the text line explodes like we're giving away unlimited wealth for a lifetime. I go, how do these people do this? This is amazing.
I have no idea. But we got a really funny text. I probably shouldn't say his name. So 219 texted in and said, it's more about like the cost of it, right? And he goes, half the cars at the dispensaries in Michigan have Illinois plates. And then 2 minutes after that, he wrote, allegedly, which I thought was so funny.
Not implicating me on this. Also, Guy texted in that tracks with what Dakota said. The legalized weed nowadays is so freaking strong. You take a couple hits and blast into the outer space with a full-fledged panic attack. He says, I miss the old school A-Town Brown, another name of
Well, I
weed.
guess you can't just spend a nice evening smoking anymore. Like, you're going to be done in about 4 seconds because you're going to be high.
And I'm happy that people are getting quality product. They're just paying
That's
way.
good.
And the problem is Illinois, they tax, I believe, 40% on it. It's
40%?
Yeah, 40%, I think. Bailey's checking in from Valpo. Bailey, what's up?
Hey, they're not wrong, to be honest.
Okay.
But it is the Michigan dispensaries, because when you first get off the first exit, when you enter into Michigan, there's like 5 dispensaries right there.
Smart.
It is, and you can get not only better weed than Illinois, it's much, much cheaper. So it makes it well worth the drive, just driving from Illinois to Michigan and then back, as long as you don't get caught.
Well, there's
That's trafficking, right, over the state border?
And that's the problem, because no matter where you are, if you are live in Illinois and you go get the weed from Michigan and bring it back, that's still a felony. If they found out that you went to Michigan and brought it back, that's a felony.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It is.
Because Indiana's not legal recreational, so you have to go through Indiana. And either way, if you cross the border, you're not supposed. I know that people that come from Wisconsin and buy our weed, if you buy it here and use it here, you're fine.
You just can't do that with any medication. You can't go over the border.
Yeah, you better take your Tylenol out of your purse. You can't go over the border with that.
Birth control. I'm like, listen, I just don't want another baby. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to smuggle anything.
Okay, well, see, we're learning a lot here together on why possibly the legalized weed in Illinois has dropped year over year for the first time ever. A lot of good answers here from our good, intelligent, weed-smoking people.
Non-smugglers.
Non-smugglers. Don't do that, like he said.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.